Perfect volley, isn't it? He strikes it so well. What an excellent finish.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Lad for Set Play Gaming. This is the FIFA 23 West Brom career mode. It is the Road to Glory with Aidy Boothroyd Season 5, Episode 113. Do me a favour if you're new here around the channel, or even if you've been on the channel for a while and haven't yet subscribed, consider doing so to help support me on the channel as I aim to try and get 400 subscribers now. We have passed the 350 mark. Coming up in today's episode, we are going to finish March's schedule, which includes a game on the final day of March against Liverpool at home at the Hawthorns. We then jump into April's calendar. We have an away game at Stamford Bridge taking on Chelsea, and then possibly one of our biggest games this season, relegation threatened Norwich City at home. It's a relegation 6-pointer. But we begin with a game at home taking on Liverpool. Let's see how we get on with today's results. Alright, kicking things off at home as we take on Liverpool. Let's not kid ourselves, they are in the potential title candidates for this season as they are at the top of the Premier League. You always want to try and pick up points where you can, but it's made somewhat increasingly difficult today because we can't use Sepp Vandenberg as we have him on loan from Liverpool, and Dara O'Shea is suspended for collecting too many yellows. So this is our lineup as we take on the potential champions. And their lineup, it goes like this: Alisson in goal, still the 4-3-3, Trent, Koundé, Rudiger and Dest, and then Musiala, McKennie and Nunez, Kulusevski, Guerrero and Diaz. So quite a formidable 11 that we're going to be facing today. The idea here is just to try and keep the score down as much as possible, same as it always is against the top 6. And the opening 4 minutes, Guerrero tries a long shot, it's blocked by Hayden, tries another long shot, this time I think by Musiala, and it's blocked by Panzo. Good defensive work so far by the boys. Not so good there, allowing him to come in. It's teed up, and it's a volley. A good save by Peacock Farrell. A nice 1-2 here, McKennie tries to get it to Guerrero. Kulusevski wins it back. Musiala with a curled effort on 7 minutes, and Peacock Farrell with the save. And then 10 minutes later, just before the 20-minute mark, what a ball to Luis Diaz. Danger here as he spins away from his man, tries to play it in, and then it comes to Musiala after an initial blocked pass. Musiala finds the back of the net. A little bit unlucky there because I felt that we had bodies back. You'll see as Diaz spins, he tries to play it in, it's intercepted, and then they just work it to Musiala, who there's nobody really in front of him in that lane, so he just ends up taking the shot first time. Like I said, because we intercepted that first pass, somewhat a little bit unlucky. And then on the half hour, Nunez played through, great chance to make it 2. Outslides Bailey Peacock Farrell and makes a crucial save for us there. And then free kick swung in, bad touch by the defender 10 minutes before half time. And Shola Shortai is there at the front post. He almost connects to force that in at the front post, but Alisson getting down and making the save. And then from the corner, we're trying to apply some pressure, and they manage to break out. And I mean, Guerrero gets away here. Neil just not got the legs, tries to drag him back, and Guerrero gets into the box. And a counter-attack direct from Guerrero down the left. He cuts in, and once he beats Neil there, just absolutely no chance. And he curls it past Bailey Peacock Farrell to make it 2-0. Aidy Boothroyd not happy. And it's a similar story for us after making a fantastic start in the opening half hour. A little bit of, like I said, a little bit of unluckiness there. But we just seem to, once we concede that first goal to one of the top sides, we always seem to concede another, and then sometimes another. So now it's time to try and batten down the hatches. A shot here by Diaz, pushed wide by Bailey Peacock Farrell. Neil into Campbell, into O'Reilly. O'Reilly into Shortai. Great chance here off the post, and then Campbell tries to force it in. It's cleared off the line just after the hour. who's so close to pulling a goal back there against Liverpool. And then 20 minutes left. Diaz cuts in from the left. Luis Diaz trying to find space for the cross. McCrory blocks him off. And then Furlong wins it, but then loses it. It's passed in. Bailey Peacock Farrell diving a little bit panicky there, but we managed to hold out, and it's still only 2-0. Rashica on 75 minutes swings it in. Iheanacho with some great forward play holds off Rudiger and finds the bottom corner. How about that for a finish against the potential champions? It's a lovely piece of play as Rashica plays it in. Touch on his left, holds him off, edge of the 6-yard box on the corner, beats Allison down low, and it strikes the foot of the post and goes in. Lovely finish by Kelechi Iheanacho. You can certainly see why he's going to be favoured to take on Batshuayi's post. And then Guerrero looking for the top corner with 5 minutes left. Wonderful save by Bailey Peacock Farrell. And now we're deep into stoppage time. We're just trying to win the ball back off him by any means. McKennie trying to get through, and across comes Yokuslu and bodies him. And at this point I'm thinking, well, we're 2-1 down. We can't allow it to go 3-1 down. And maybe even down to 10 men, but the referee shows a little bit of mercy. And it's only a yellow card. We end up losing this one by 2-1. Like I said, a little bit unfortunate, and considering the personnel that we had missing today, I actually think that's not a bad result, even though we lost at home. I'm going to move on to the second game of today's episode. Alright, on to the second game. We've been interested to know that Jonathan David has scored 3 goals in the last 3 games for Chelsea. Since signing, he has been a great striker for them, and we're going to have to keep an eye on him. As we take on Chelsea, this is one of the games that has a potential to get away from us very, very quickly, mainly because of the formation they play and the good players that they have. We're going to go with this lineup today. Alex Palmer's in goal, Sharp, O'Shea, Yokuslu, Vandenberg and Sint-Graven, and then Rashica, Fuchs, Bellingham, Grady and Garner, with Michy Batshuayi up top. And you can see we have a couple of interesting selections on the bench as well. Kelechi is available if we need him. The opening 8-9 minutes, Fuchs plays the ball nicely into Bellingham. Bellingham over to Rashica. Rashica gets a favourable deflection, continues running into Bellingham, turns, and he almost forces it in, but Mendy gets down and makes the save. And then before the 20th minute, David back to Brecalo. Brecalo, it's won by Yokuslu. Tries to get the ball away. Intercepted by Reece James. Into Jonathan David. Into Havertz. Back to David. Goes to the bottom corner. It's a good save from Palmer. And then on 37 minutes, Joseph Brecalo, he's their top goal scorer in the league. Takes on Vandenberg, gets past him, gets the ball back, he cuts it back, and then I don't know why the defender doesn't cut that out. He went for a slide tackle when I wanted him to clear it, and Jonathan David makes no mistake. You make a mistake like this in the Premier League, you're going to concede a goal. He was right there, all he had to do is clear it, with his head, with his legs, whatever. Graham Potter applauding the Chelsea goal, and Jonathan David has another marked on his score sheet. David into Pulisic. Pulisic drops his shoulder into David. Back to Brecalo. It's intercepted by Sepp Vandenberg and cleared. No nonsense just a few minutes before half time. We get the ball away and it is 1-0. Very slim pickings for us going forward. We might need to make some changes here.
Could cross it in here.
Intercepted by O'Shea. He tries to clear the ball. No foul. And then it comes to Havertz, edge of the outside of his foot, and he tries to sort of finesse that, if you like. There's the shot. It's a comfortable height really for Palmer. He gets across. Potter thinks he's scored there. 55 minutes in. Duro only just on as a substitute. Into Havertz. Tries to take the shot, it's blocked, and then Fuchs and O'Shea make an absolute pickle of it. And Hugo Duro, I think it's only his 6th goal of the season. He struggled for goals. But you see here, either Fuchs or Fuchs tries to control it but loses it. O'Shea tries to head it and doesn't head it. and were punished again for another mistake. Not a good game by the captain's standards. Bellingham into Diangana, 66 minutes into Batshuayi. He lets the ball roll past him, drops his shoulder past Skriniar, and goes to the top corner. It's a good save by Mendy. And then from the corner it's swung in. Yokushlu just manages to glance that in. I think that might be his first goal for us since we moved to West Brom. Okay, Yokushlu had not scored for us, I don't think, in the first season. Really nice cross by Rashica, edge of the 6-yard box. That's a really nice finish. And then just as we're sort of thinking about making some tactical changes, final 20 minutes, maybe we could get a 2-2 draw here, miraculously. They score again, it's pulled back, Jonathan David smashes it in, and another question mark here over why Alex Palmer is not standing up to that. If anything, he's diving away from the shot.
He holds off the challenge, he keeps his balance, and he finds the back of the net. It's a wonderful goal.
It's a strange one. I certainly don't remember him making that many mistakes in the Championship.
And Sterling has it.
Into stoppage time, Raheem Sterling. Pushed away by Sepp Vandenberg. Reece James back into Raheem Sterling. Low shot, pushed away at the near post by Palmer. And so we'd lose this one by 3-1. Again, not a good result in terms of losing again. We're in a bad form here, running into the final month and a half of the season. But it's an expected loss in many ways. And the main focus now has to be on getting something positive in the match against Norwich. Into the final game of today, we're taking on Norwich City. And after the back-to-back losses today, I did check the last time we won in the league. It's back in episode 111 as we beat Nottingham Forest 3-2 in mid-February. So the urgency here is on us claiming 3 points today by whatever means necessary against relegation threatened Norwich. And this is our lineup. We're going to try and get O'Reilly to join the attack. He's instructed to get into the box to help the striker. This is Norwich's lineup. As you can see, they've gone with a defensive 4-1-4-1. We've used that ourselves a few times this year, often not so much success, but again, it's a very good, solid defensive formation for the most part. And opening few minutes, Iheanacho goes past Ingerson, looks to the bottom corner, but it's just wide of Gabriel Mayer's post. And then on 7 minutes, as Panzo tries to win this, he loses out to Flynn Clark. The player Dan Neal, I think, stays down there. And Norwich with the counter-attack, a wonderful chance for them to take the lead as Adam Ida squares it into the box for Placheta. And you'll see here he actually shanks it off the bottom of his foot. It's a bad miss. That's probably why they are in the relegation zone. They can't finish their chances. 26 minutes. Diangana into the box. Crossed it in. It's acrobatically cleared. And we keep the play alive. Neil into Rashica. Spins away from Byram. Goes for the shot. Lots of power. But not enough accuracy to find the bottom corner. And then a few moments later, we're back. Trying to score a goal. Trying to take the lead. It's a deflected pass. And then Sorensen loses out to O'Reilly. O'Reilly into Iheanacho. Iheanacho chests it down. Out comes Gabriel Mayer. Hands up. Makes a great save to deny us. And then, as we're trying to sort of build another attack, O'Reilly is fouled by Flynn Clark. This was only a few moments after he actually fouled O'Shea. The referee lost patience with him and shows him a yellow card. Norwich continued to frustrate us. As I said, we just want to make sure we win this game. We can't afford to lose this game. And then, just after the restart, beginning of the second half, O'Shea to Panzo. And as he turns away, Clark does something immediately very, very silly. He slides in on a first yellow. He has now shown his second yellow and dismissed from the field.
It's a silly tackle, isn't it?
We have to take advantage of the situation now. What we did change the formation round a little bit, meaning that we were playing with a central attacking midfielder, so O'Reilly moved up into that central position. Bellingham then manages to find his run into the box, and just moments after Clark gets sent off, Matt O'Reilly finds the bottom corner.
Advantage, you've got to say.
I think it was 4-4, it might be 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 with a cam. I can't remember, but we definitely did change the formation just in lieu of not needing 5 at the back anymore, especially with a down to 10 men. We take advantage there and we are 1-0 up. We don't want to let this slip. This is a valuable 3 points if we can get it. 77 minutes. Norwich with all the one-touch passing, because apparently if you're in the relegation zone you can still play Real Madrid. Great block by Dara O'Shea as we get the ball clear and survive that attack. And then how about this for a counter-attack? 1-0 up. The ground is tense at the moment because we only have that 1-goal lead and we could let 3 points slip. But this counter-attack, every pass exactly how they should. Bellingham into Rashica. And then Tyrese Campbell finally allays all that tension and smashes it into the bottom corner to make it 2-0. And despite Norwich's attempts to frustrate us, limbs everywhere, Rashica, coolness personified as he sets up Tyrese Campbell on the edge of the 6-yard box. And that is it. Final score, 2-0. A much needed 3 points here against Norwich. I think it's 8, 9, maybe even 11 points Norwich rooted to the foot of the table. They are definitely playing championship football next season. We don't want to be one of the 4 or 5 teams joining them. And this was a valuable win. As always, let me know what you think in the comments below as regards to the relegation scrap. Alright, I hope you've had a great weekend. Thank you for joining me on the channel today. And I'm going to be back in 2 days on Tuesday with episode 114. We find out who our FA Cup semi-final opponent is going to be, so make sure you don't miss that. We're also going to be taking on Wolves and Aston Villa in away matches in the Premier League. Thank you so much for supporting me. This is Alad for Play Gaming.